We are just 13 days away from the 2024 presidential election, November 5th, 2024. And this race is really tightening up. We're seeing the polls change, not just daily, but throughout the day as different pollsters turn in their results, and they're all fed into the system, and then they give us the data back. So let's take a look here. Really going into the late evening of election night, Vice President Kamala Harris is enjoying a 226 to 219 electoral vote lead. In this video, we're going to take these polls and we're going to break them down, and then we're going to give you what we feel to be is going to be a very accurate prediction as to who the 47th president of the United States will be. So stick with me until the end of the video. Let's jump right into the favorable and unfavorable. Donald Trump. Now, we've been covering this throughout my videos. Donald Trump has his best favorable rating since he has been in the political arena. There's only 5 percentage points that separate this now. He's doing very well. You go back to last year, you see here is about between 18 and 20 points. As this particular election cycle progresses throughout early part of this year, he's still double digits out. We see here he's 10 and a half. At one point, dipped into 12, but now he's within 5 percentage points. He has his best favorable rating since 2016. We jump over to Vice President Kamala Harris. She's struggling really bad. Really honeymoon going on here. Early part of the year, high double digits, almost hitting 20% a couple of times. But now we're seeing her honeymoon end. She's having a hard time with interviews. Her whole message is really kind of to go after Donald Trump. She doesn't really have a platform on foreign policy, on the economic policies, the border issue. So she's struggling a little bit. And as many of you know, when she does these interviews, she starts kind of throwing some word scrambles, some word salads around. And it's really starting to hurt her among the moderate and the independent voters because they're really not sure. They still don't know who she is. And we're 13 days away from the election. So this is hurting her. And this is by far her worst unfavorable rating that she's had. She's at almost 50% now. So half of the voters in the country have an unfavorable opinion of the vice president. Let's go back to the Electoral College map. So here it's very close. We're going to go out here to the West Coast. These, Nevada, Arizona, swing states undecided. Let's take a look at Nevada. Real Clear Politics, and several polls are factored into this number, has Trump up by about 9/10 of a percentage point. It's one of the largest leads that he's had. President Trump has not won this state since he's been running for office. He lost in 2016, the year that he won, and he lost it to Joe Biden in 2020. Let's go over here to 270 to win, another fairly credible poll agency that takes polls as an aggregate and gives you these averages. Vice President Harris in this poll is up by 0.3 of a percentage point. It's still going to be too close to call, but based on the data that we have, and we're going to go over to 538, which is a very heavily left sort of to swinging left polling agency. 538 is affiliated with ABC News, so they're definitely not Trump favorable here. You look here, Harris 51% chance to win the state of Nevada. So what we're going to do, based on polling data, we're going to move Nevada into the Harris column. Let's go with Arizona. Arizona, Trump won that in 2016, lost it to Joe Biden in 2020, but not by much, a very small margin. Biden had to turn out hundreds of thousands of extra voters in order just to squeak by Trump in Arizona. Trump is up by nearly 2% here. Let's go over to 270. Trump is up by 1.5 here. And if we go to 538 in ABC News, Trump is at 62% chance to take the state of Arizona. We are going to put Arizona in the red column for Donald J. Trump. And as we get late into the evening, 232 electoral college votes for the vice president to 230 for the former president, Donald J. Trump. Let's go down here. Let's get up into the Midwest. Take a look at Wisconsin. Wisconsin's going to be a huge player in this election. Right now, Real Clear has Trump up by only 0.1%. He's not led in this since Vice President Harris came on board, and she's enjoyed a fairly balanced lead. She saw it slip away briefly. Both candidates are struggling to gain traction here. It's going to be very interesting to see. Let's go over here to 270. Wisconsin, Vice President Harris is up by 0.3 of a percentage point. And let's go over to 538. ABC News. She has a 55% chance to win this. For right now, based on the 2020 results, which Biden had to turn out, again, hundreds of thousands of voters, we're going to move Wisconsin into the Harris column just temporarily. Michigan's a huge state. Both candidates really want to win this state bad. Trump has made a lot of progress. Harris had a lead almost the whole time that she has been the nominee. You can see this here. She has now moved in the wrong direction. President Trump has gained some traction in that state. Let's go here to 270. State of Michigan, Harris is up by about 0.6 of 1 percentage point. And let's go over here to 538. She has a 54% chance. We're going to temporarily move Wisconsin blue. Vice President Harris only needs 13 Electoral College votes. Donald J. Trump is still 40 out. Let's go down to Georgia. Georgia, fairly conservative state, has been moving a little further to the right over the last couple of election cycles. Donald J. Trump has done very well in this state. Polling-wise, he really hasn't relinquished his lead. Has nearly a 2-point lead here. We're going to go over to 538. Trump has a 61% chance to win the state of Georgia. We're confident that Georgia, by the end of the night, will go red, moving Trump within 11 Electoral College votes of the vice president. North Carolina. Donald J. Trump won North Carolina in 2016. He won it again in 2020. This is as narrow as it's been. He's really fighting, struggling to hold that lead and that momentum in that state. Here again, 0.5 percentage point. But he won in 2016. He won in 2020. It's going to be very difficult for Vice President Harris to secure this state. We go to the odds that 538 and ABC News are projecting. Donald Trump has a 57% chance to win North Carolina. We feel confident that that will go to Trump. He is now only 8 Electoral College votes away. Vice President Harris, 257. It goes down to Pennsylvania. It's going to be in the very early morning hours of November 6th. Let's take a look and see. 270 has this as a dead tie. A dead tie in 7 polls. Okay? We're going to take a look over here at Real Clear. Real Clear has Pennsylvania Trump by 0.8 of 1%. It's been back and forth. Look at this graph. Both candidates back and forth. However, Vice President Harris, if you take a look at what's happened since October 8th, she's just fallen like Titanic. Her message is just not resonating. This is a very unique voting group of people in Pennsylvania. The black male vote, 24 to 45, is heavy in Pittsburgh, very heavy in Philadelphia. 22 to 25% of that registered voter, black male, 24 to 45, is trending very heavy towards President Donald J. Trump. 538 and ABC News has Pennsylvania as 51% chance for Donald J. Trump in the early morning hours of November 6, 2024. Pennsylvania goes to the Donald J. Trump. He is now the 47th president of the United States, 281 to 257. If you enjoyed this video, hit that like button. Also hit that subscribe button. You'll get an update. You'll get first dibs on my videos that come out every day. And I'd like you to join me election night, November 5th, 2024. We will be doing a live stream. We'll be doing an in-depth coverage, way above better what the network's going to be covering. I can't wait to see you on November 5th.